You said the third one was slightly different.
A little, yeah.
So Harry and his friends won't be foiling an evil plot by Voldemort over the course of a school year?
No. They'll be foiling an evil Voldemort-adjacent plot over the course of a school year.
As long as they do with a bit of swagger this time. I'm getting a little sick of watching my kid fall in with the nerd crowd.
Oh, sorry I'm late, everyone. Prisoner of Azkaban, is it?
Weren't you already here?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Lumos Maxima.
Is this not underage magic outside of the school ground? Nice way to lead into the title sequence, though. Undermines the logic of our world. But nice title sequence. There's very little of that, anyway.
What is it the boy's father did for children?
Uh-oh. Looks like we're in for a real long scene, guys. I mean, you can't really answer that question without spending at least 10 minutes discussing my Quidditch achievements, my notorious parties, my way with the ladies, the way that...
Nothing. He didn't work. He was unemployed.
Give me something to break. I need to break something. Can I throttle this trick? I'm going to throttle it.
Drunk too, no doubt.
That's a lie.
What did you say?
My dad wasn't a drunk.
I mean, I was frequently plastered, but I prefer the term legend to the term drunk.
Some of us managed to find enjoyment in our time at Hogwarts without resorting to loutishness and chemical dependency. You know, James?
Yeah, and some of us had friends and girlfriends, didn't they? So...
There's something wrong with the bitch, then there's something wrong with the pup.
Shut up! Shut
Here we go. Here's the fire in the belly I've been waiting to see. Crucio! Crucio Aunt Marge! God, I remember her at Petunia's wedding. I nearly crucioed her myself at the buffet.
I don't care. Anywhere's better than here.
I guess we could all see this coming. Vernon's probably not yet forgiven Harry for dragging him out of the first floor window and breaking his spine. It was all inevitably going to boil over at some point.
Most families are like this.
Happened every Christmas at the Dumbledores. And that was before Ariana died. Any particular reason why Sirius would choose to take on his dog form when first approaching Harry rather than perhaps just approaching him and saying, "Hello, I'm Sirius Black. May I calmly and clearly explain my motivations to you?" Scarier this way. More dramatic. Increased chances for misunderstanding and confusion that could potentially fuel an academic year of intrigue and danger. Sounds about right.
Is that definitely Sirius? Could just be a stray dog. It's the same breed as Sirius, granted.
Who's serious? What are you lot talking about?
To get no spoilers from me.
Yes, this house is a spoiler-free zone.
What?
Welcome to the night bus. Emergency transport for a stranded witch or wizard.
He hasn't even raised an alarm or anything. Well, so this bus somehow just knows when a witch or wizard is stranded and in need of it.
Suppose it must do.
I assume we'll be seeing a lot of it over the course of this film series, then. If it turns up automatically any time anyone needs transportation to get out of a jam.
No, we never see it again.
Maybe they went bust. It must cost a lot to run the service.
Rather inefficient business model. Privatized. So just cost loads now to get you out of a jam. Most of the population can't afford it. Not even decamillionaire heirs like Potter. Price gouging at its best.
Then, let's not wait for the grass to grow.
No. That would be a poor use of time.
Beds? On the bus? That is such a good idea. Night-night, don't let the bus beds bite.
Yeah, we're accustomed to a level of luxury that you don't find... What's your service called again, Charlie?
The megabus.
The megabus. To be fair, that sounds luxurious. Mega means big and good, right?
But the muggles, can't they see us?
Any particular reason this bus insists driving solely on the wrong side of the road?
Oh, the bus driver is Italian, and this is the only way that he feels at home.
Who is that? Who is... That is Sirius Black.
Ah, you mentioned the serious fellow.
Sizzler! Oh, absolute legend! That is classic Sirius. Getting locked up in Azkaban. Probably slept with someone's wife or something.
Subscribe if you like.
He's a murderer.
Oh, that is so japes. Good one, Sizzler.
So this is this year's bad guy. Well, yes and no. It's a bit of a miscommunication, really. This guy screaming in his police mugshot is a good guy.
He's not someone I would invite to my dream dinner party, if that's what you mean. But his morality is largely sound.
I'd say rule number 1 of being a good guy is that if you're ever taken into police custody, don't scream with rage in your mugshot. It's not a good look. Maybe he trod on a plug at the exact moment they took the picture. Oh, that is hell, to be fair. Was that Ian Brown from the Stone Roses?
How do you know about the Stone Roses?
Just because I'm from Middle-earth doesn't mean I don't have a well-developed taste for the Manchester scene. I'd know him anywhere. Ian Brown was one of the finest students who ever passed through Hogwarts, second only to Bez from the Happy Mondays.
A little south of Sheffield, Sir Chimney Stack.
A little south of Sheffield? What, from Surrey? That's 100 miles minimum, airborne. Surely she's dead. Then Harry's a murderer.
Just a bit shaken up. The Muggle MOD did try and shoot her down for infiltrating its airspace. But come on, she had it coming. She called my mum a bitch.
I mean, she could be at times. Ball and chain.
Ugh.
Have a killer on the loose.
Sirius Black, you mean?
Oh, it's so cool that Sizzler ended up being a murderer. I definitely made the right choice about who to ask to be Godfather. Maybe you'll give Harry a killer instinct that he's lacking.
Murder isn't cool, Potter.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I'll take lessons in cool from the human scarecrow.
It's in his nature.
A cat? Is that what they told you?
Oh, good. The return of the Nerd Brigade. With any luck, now that my boys have discovered his inner angry little man, he'll tell them where to shove it and then team up with Sirius. Become a murderer like him.
Your reading of these films is fascinating.
Oh, they're finally getting good. I had to sit through 2 whole movies of my son being a wet drip with bad social skills. But maybe finally this is the one where I get to see him get laid.
You want to see your son get laid at 13?
It can happen off screen. I mean, I don't need to actually see it. Just need it to happen.
Right.
Well, the camera could pan away tastefully to the window and we see the wind blow the curtain or something.
You've thought about this way too much.
Loads of old stuff like mummies, tombs, even Scabbers enjoy themselves.
A lot of focus on Scabbers all of a sudden. Is it going to be a crucial part of events later on or something? What makes you say that? Well, it just seems he wasn't particularly relevant in the first 2 films, and suddenly we're being made very aware of him, which makes me think that... Ah! What the... I could have sworn that I just saw... What? Nothing. Good. Now stop trying to spoil the film for yourself.
To find you.
And kill me.
Good of him to do it at the start of term to fit the established structure. You think it might have been easier to find and kill Harry during the summer holidays, maybe, but that's not how you lot do things, is it? No, indeed. We plant the seeds of our annual pedagogical disasters in September, and we reap the harvest in June.
Regular as a bowel movement.
Thank you for that image, Severus. That is a delightful one. There's that rat again. It really does seem like... Ah! Right. No spoilers.
Come on, everywhere else is full.
Who do you think that is?
Professor R.J. Lupin.
Loops as well? Oh, this is the best film. It's all the Dick Boys back together again. Maybe I'll show up as a ghost too. You can't get the Dick Boys back together without their leader.
I thought you called yourselves the Marauders.
Well, that's the name the others went with in the end, but I was always more in favour of the Dick Boys.
Makes you sound like a group of dicks. Which, if I'm going off what you've been saying so far, kind of sounds like you were.
No. We were called the Dick Boys because it's a cool masculine name with a powerful energy.
I prefer the Marauders.
Well, that'll be because you're a limp cock asshole.
How long did you have to deal with this fellow, Severus?
7 long years.
I gotta tell you something.
Let me get this straight. Sirius Black has escaped from Azkaban to come after you.
How long would it take him to explain that? It's dark outside, and they're clearly quite a long way outside of London now. Well, there's a lot to explain. Not really. Sirius Black has escaped from Azkaban to come after me. It's pretty much all Harry knows about it. How did he pad that out for multiple hours?
Maybe things had just become awkward. Maybe nobody had said anything for half an hour, so Ron felt like circling back.
It was that one. And thank the editor for sparing my social blushes.
Wow. Ron's got ice touch. Like in The Incredibles. That's the magic that impresses you. He's just got bad circulation.
Nazgul!
What the heck are you doing?
All of you, get behind me! This foe is beyond any of you! What on earth has got into you? I'm a servant of the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Anor!
Gandalf, it's just a Dementor.
Don't be ridiculous, it's a Nazgul, a ringwraith, a servant of the Dark Lord! You're getting confused. In our world, these things are basically just policemen.
What? Your policemen look like evil wraiths?
It puts people off committing crimes.
So you have these things handing out parking tickets?
Mostly they're stationed to guard the maximum security prison at Azkaban, but yes, before they get promoted to that level, they're expected to complete a certain number of hours as CSDs.
Community support Dementors.
Parking tickets, dog poo fines, that kind of thing.
Seems an odd way to police your world. Why not form a police force that consists solely of 5 old dudes? 1 mad, 1 evil, 1 normal, and 2 who wander off and are never seen again.
I don't see how that system is any better.
So this Lupin was only pretending to be asleep. If he was pretending, then why did he wait so long to stop it sucking Harry's soul? Just for the lols, I guess.
The Dementor, one of the guards of Azkaban, is gone now. He was searching the train for Sirius Black.
And as a lookalike for his old best friend, it probably thought, you'll do.
Welcome to another year.
You look different. I had a glow up that summer. Put an elastic band in my beard. Started talking differently. Got a new face. Suits you. I should hope so. It's my face.
R.J. Lupin, who's kindly consented to fill the post of Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Oh, psych! Sucks to be you, Severpos. That's the job you were always trying to get, wasn't it?
I have always considered myself an excellent candidate for the job, but I must bow to the headmaster's decisions, which are, of course, beyond question.
You little suck-up. You think if you kiss his ass enough, he'll give it to you? Pathetic.
What's that?
My therapist told me to snap it every time I think self-destructive or uncharitable thoughts to make me notice them.
How's that going?
Mr. Potter's presence at these viewing parties has not been easy on my wrist.
By none other than our own Rubius Hagrid.
Does he have teaching qualifications?
Well, he studied the care of magical creatures up until his own 3rd year at Hogwarts.
I see. And he's going to show the students big, dangerous beasts?
No. All of the COMC teachers up until this point have taught from a purely theoretical standpoint.
Even in the darkest of times, to turn on the light.
Was that supposed to be impressive?
I thought it was a rather nice effect.
You literally had to snuff out the candle before turning it back on. Felt a bit pointless.
I'd probably have built it up more so that, none of the candles were lit for your whole speech, then turn them all on at the end, give it a bit more impact.
Oh, I see. You've got an opinion too, have you? God, everyone's a critic.
I'm the master of lighting magic. Deep, deep knowledge, instead of this inch-deep, mile-wide magic understanding. There's sweets that can make you do impressions.
Hey, I'm working this patch.
Oh no. Oh, look at this. Look at his face.
Wow. I must have melted his brain. Get steam coming out your ears.
Ron did tell him.
If I do anything stupid or illogical from now on, I mean, you know why.
Yes, Potter, you've demonstrated yourself to be a beacon of intelligence so far, haven't you?
Where did you come from?
Me? Been here all this time.
Oh.
The Grim? Taking form of a giant spectral dog.
A black dog? I don't see it.
It's there. Look, snout and ears.
I just see a megaphone.
So meant to be serious, then.
I didn't think tea leaf reading was meant to be quite so on the nose.
You have to be in 2 classes at once.
Don't be silly, Ronald. How could anyone be in 2 classes at once?
No spoilers.
Demental!
Oh, no, that's a good one. This Malfoy kid's not half bad, you know.
Interesting that you would sympathise so immediately with a bully, Potter.
That wasn't bullying. That was harmless japes. He's just got a sense of humour, this kid.
A sense of humour predicated principally on the ritual humiliation of your son in front of his classmates.
Well, obviously, Harry was a bit of a late bloomer. Not having me around to instruct him in the arts of manhood, he doesn't know how to respond to that kind of banter.
And how ought he to have responded?
Well, he should have punched him in the nose, obviously.
That hurts some more than others.
Yes, I imagine he'll spend many long years thinking about how good it would have felt to punch his bully in the nose.
He's just a bit of a delicate soul. But he's getting there this year.
I'm not a delicate soul.
Oh my goodness. How long have you been there?
This whole time.
Oh, yikes. Did you hear me say any of the things that I said about you?
Quite a few.
It's just classic father-son japes there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Good. Can you have a bit more presence, please? I keep missing that you're in this room with us.
Who'd like to come and say hello? Well done, Harry.
No surprise that Potter ends up making it all about him as usual.
I didn't know everyone else was stepping back.
Naturally. It was pure chance and circumstance that resulted in you being able to be the centre of attention for another lesson.
I'm sorry for any offence or upset that I caused, sir.
Ugh. It's no fun trying to get to you when you just meekly apologise.
You see? I told you he was a drip.
Hey, I'm not trying to stoop to your level, Potter, but your son really does make it difficult sometimes.
I use my meek drippiness like jiu-jitsu to flip your mean comments on the head.
What are the other students learning from this, exactly?
But they're minor characters in someone else's story.
Sounds about right.
So much for your golden boy.
Maybe my kid's slowly growing into the alpha of the class. Maybe he can take his place alongside his old man in the annals of history.
Thanks, Dad. It would be the honour of my life to continue your legacy.
Just make sure you bang your nerd friend.
It's not far from here.
You don't think he'd come to Hogwarts, do you?
I think there's a good chance he would come Hogwarts, Neville. From everything I've heard about him.
That's right. Black could be anywhere. It's like trying to catch smoke.
Who's this kid? Coming in with the bone-chilling commentary.
I've never seen that kid in my life.
On Reddit, there's a theory that this student is actually Dumbledore under the influence of Polyjuice Potion, who just drops in to help Harry in extra ominous ways, then goes back to his office and giggles about it after.
That's utter nonsense. I don't just have a dungeon full of children that you don't see that I often use to make Polyjuice Potion.
You wouldn't need a dungeon of live children. You just need a few locks of different children's hair.
Then I'd eventually run out. And I wouldn't be able to keep my favourite characters going. Characters whose personalities I would have spent years crafting, hypothetically. mugshot will follow you around for the rest of your life.
When'd she get here?
Boggarts are shapeshifters. They take the shape of whatever a particular person fears them.
What did your first Boggart look like during your time at Hogwarts, Gandalf?
Tom Hanks, I believe.
You surprised me.
The man strikes a primal fear into me for reasons I cannot fathom. I just don't think anyone is really that nice. There must be some primordial evil lurking within.
James, what form did the Boggart take for you? What deep fear did it reveal?
Oh, people thinking I'm gay.
Huh. Figures.
Can't imagine that would be appropriate for the classroom.
I mean, this is a high-risk safeguarding ploy by Lupin here.
Ridiculous!
Ridiculous! This class is ridiculous.
What does Malfoy like? We know he thinks hippogriffs are unimpressive, and now we know that he thinks learning to defeat Boggart is a waste of time. How does he actually want to be spending his time in school?
What a dumb question. Partying with babes, obviously.
And why does he let his hair grow into curtains?
Frightens you most of all.
Professor Snape.
Sorry?
Professor Snape.
How very hurtful. What have I ever done to inspire fear in these pathetic specimens?
I think you do often carry yourself with a severity, Severus, that has a potential to make people nervous, especially if they get the sense that deep down you consider them to be, well, pathetic specimens.
You also do have a rather severe look, if you don't mind me saying so, sir.
Oh, I do I? I suppose you'd prefer it if I dyed my hair peroxide blonde. I did it in little pigtails and wore lederhosen all the time.
I think a lot of people would love to see you embracing your sense of fun like that, sir.
Don't talk to me about fun, Potter. Everybody knows I'm the most fun person on the faculty. Just because I have long black hair and wear long black robes and talk in this chilling monotone all the time does not mean I don't know how to cut loose. I happen to be famed for my skill at twister.
I don't doubt it, sir.
Right hand green, left foot red, right foot blue. You see, I am the life and soul.
Imagine Professor Snape in your grandmother's clothes.
Oh, I see. I might have known that hiring one of Potter's old school pals might have resulted in a class where he decided to humiliate me in front of the students without my even being there.
That's high-level pranking.
If you please, sir, maybe he's not trying to humiliate you. Maybe he's saying the same thing I was, that if you were to explore some different wardrobe options, you might find a more easygoing version of yourself that puts people more at ease.
Your desire to see me dressed in a grandmother's clothing is nothing short of concerning.
I just want you to be happy, sir.
I am happy. Look at my face. Listen to my voice. Can't you tell that I am always and at all times blissfully, ecstatically happy? Huh. That does actually look quite good on me.
I find it more disturbing that Neville's grandmother wore a taxidermy falcon and fox as part of her everyday carry.
She was a member of the Wizard NRA.
Do these impersonator bog creatures retain the power and strength of the things that they impersonate?
We don't.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Then File of Light, sting up its jacksie. She's had to make it into something funny. She's made it 10 times more terrifying.
What did you do to your Tom Hanks Boggart to disempower
I
it?
pictured him doing his Irish accent in Cloud Atlas.
That'll do it. Wow, Harry, you fear a Dementor more than Voldemort. You big brave boy.
Well, at this point, Voldemort to me was just some stories and a pathetic face on the back of someone's head, whereas the Dementor had already made me sad.
Well, we need to see to that.
Lupin's most scared of a moon. What's scary about a moon?
It's a full moon, Gandalf. Think about it.
So this is really about the tides. He's scared of high tides. Of drowning?
No.
Visits to Hogsmeade Village are a privilege. No permission form signed, no visiting the village.
They're not allowed to visit the village.
Of course not. They could bring disrepute to the school. That's why we only let them visit the village after they've proven themselves with 2 full years of never leaving the castle ground.
Well, it's a village. What if they need to buy something? Are you running a prison?
The rules are clear. To go to the village, they require the express written permission of their parent or guardian.
But to enter the Forbidden Forest, for instance?
Oh, that's done at teacher discretion. The parents don't need to know about that. No, sirree.
You know, the very first time I saw you, Harry, I recognized you immediately. Not by your scar, by your eyes.
The first time he met you, you were having your soul sucked out by a Dementor.
Oh, nice to know that he took a minute to look at my eyes and work out if they reminded him of anyone that he knew, before getting down to the business of saving me.
That was quite sassy for you, kiddo. Good job. You're definitely improving.
Oh, gee. Thanks, Pops.
And you ruined it.
It's kind of weird that everyone recognizes Harry by his mother's famously green eyes. Yet Harry clearly has blue eyes.
She had green eyes.
James, on the other hand, he had a certain, shall we say, talent for trouble.
If by talent for trouble you mean he was a stone-cold legend, then yeah, sure.
How does it feel to learn that one of your closest friends, when eulogizing you to your own son, speaks first not of your kindness or bravery or work ethic, but of your incorrigible attraction towards chaos?
Feels pretty cool, bro.
When they all talk about, he's here, somewhere in the castle. Sirius Black!
To be honest, it was just quite a refreshing change of pace to learn that a different person who wanted to kill me was in the castle this time.
That's the spirit, Harry, my boy.
So you said Sirius Black was a good guy?
Yeah, a lot of this year didn't need to happen. If we could have just had a conversation about it early doors. Could have been a brief one.
Surely you're in as much danger hiding behind a hippo as you are confronting a murderer.
Oh no, Loops! Full moon. Look out. The tides will be abnormally high. So, if he's already in the castle, then what you're doing there is sealing the students in with a murderer.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
And if he's in the castle, then those Dementors you brought in that put the students' lives and very souls at risk have achieved precisely nothing.
I've never done anything illegal. I may have once again been negligent with the students' well-being, but I've never in my life done anything illegal.
Remarkable feat, don't you think? To enter Hogwarts Castle on one's own.
Finally, Snivs. Giving Sirius his dues. He always was good at sneaking. And mischief.
I was implying that he had inside help.
What about Potter? Should he be warned?
Perhaps, but for now...
Or we could just speak loudly and openly about him and the danger he's in right next to him, without even being able to see if his eyes are open.
It would be rude to eavesdrop, so one assumes that Potter would act in the proper manner.
Sorry, Professor. Did I dishonor myself?
For in dreams we enter a world that's entirely our own. Let them swim in the deepest ocean.
When I did finally drop off, all I dreamt about was being disemboweled.
Oh. Why?
Uh-oh. Cover teacher in the house.
I am no mere cover teacher. Defense against the dark arts has always been my true calling. These students are about to get the education they should have been getting all along.
Watch out, kids. Cover teacher's here, and he's shutting the blinds.
I was not trying to be cool. I was simply preparing the classroom for use of the projector. It's not my fault if my default behavior has a badass vibe.
No one. How disappointing.
So these werewolves have been around since ancient Egypt. Even hunter-gatherer times.
Yes, sir.
Would wizards have not really stood out in hunter-gatherer times? Their ability to construct shelter with the flick of a wand, or magic food out of thin air.
Yeah, not sure.
Or do you take pride in being an insufferable know-it-all?
Wow, Savapus is on fire today. Finally bringing these nerds down a peg or two.
When one has been bullied, one develops a strength at finding the weak spots in the socially maladapted.
You were bullied? Who bullied you?
Werewolf is a contraction of the Anglo-Saxon word were.
I'd see these kids get a little bit of maths and English. It's no wonder they're not all illiterate and enumerate.
Oh, we all try and sneak a bit in when Dumbledore's not looking.
Did you? You sly dogs.
Player getting struck by lightning and getting a ball thrown at your head.
Oh, the players don't get struck by lightning. This is a false representation of our beloved sport.
Still not straying into we should probably stop the game territory.
The crowd are loving it. My loyalties are only to the crowd and to my own strange, inscrutable logic.
Any other hazards you want to throw at this game? Just for the hell of it?
Yeah, probably chuck a couple of Dementors in there.
Ah, yes. There they are.
It's all good, clean fun.
Arresto momentum!
Thank goodness I was there to save him.
Yeah. It's a shame it came to that.
Possibly have predicted that game would have ended in such a dangerous way.
Yeah, come on, Ron. Let's walk you off the astronomy tower and see what you look like.
Who won again?
Cedric Diggory caught the snitch as I fell.
He did offer to replay the game, in fairness. A great show of sportsmanship.
Yeah, it was a hollow offer. He knew that nobody would actually go through with that. He was secretly very competitive.
Dumbledore was furious. As soon as he saved you, he sent them straight off.
Suspended without pay.
The Dementors were on the payroll.
Oh, you'd be surprised who was on the payroll from Dippett's time. The Basilisk was still on full pension.
Because there are true horrors in your past, horrors your classmates can scarcely
I
imagine.
suppose that's true. No other students lost their parents at such a young age and in such a dreadful way.
Well, Neville's were tortured into insanity by Death Eaters. But other than that...
What? That's horrific. Why isn't anyone talking about that?
He's not the chosen one, so his past trauma is relatively unimportant. We needn't dwell on it.
Sounds like something he might dwell on a little.
He can do what he likes.
Solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
Is that the Dick Boys diagram? How'd they get hold of that?
I believe they called it the Marauder's Map.
Yeah, but we've been through this. I always called our group the Dick Boys. And if they had any sense, they'd have listened to me.
So to be clear, you and your friends managed to create new magic to make a very valuable magical artifact as teenagers.
Yeah. We weren't dunces like you snobs.
If only you put your minds to something useful instead of being loutish bullies.
You mean this map shows everyone? Everyone?
Everyone. Where they
Pretty
are.
massive violation of privacy. Is it GDPR compliant?
We made it long before GDPR. Things were much more lenient back then. It was much easier for 4 teenagers to place dozens of other teenagers under surveillance for their own amusement.
I assume the initial intended purpose of the map was something similar to that scene with the webcam from American Pie.
Yeah, it was a real spanner in the works so we could only get her to show feet. Tried for ages to get her to do boobs. I couldn't get the hang of it.
Delicious.
That's it. Steal the lollipop from the kid whose parents got tortured. He probably deserves it.
Don't your family sleep in one room?
Shut your mouth, man.
With everything else you can do, why can the Weasleys not extend and do up their house using magic?
Even if they knew the spells, there's no spells that can get round planning permission.
Harry, my boy, you're on fire! You're finally becoming an alpha prankster like your dad.
I didn't want to pull his pants down, but he brought it on himself.
The sins of the father will be visited upon the son.
Allowed in today. Shut the damn door! So rude.
Good to see our school's citizenship program paying off.
Citizenship?
We do our best to create a family-friendly PG-13 vibe on campus and encourage our students to get creative with their swear words. Why say dickheads when you can say thickheads? And why say fuck when you can say thuck? Etc., Ron's taken to it really well.
A family-friendly vibe up until the point that someone gets injured or abducted. or paralyzed, or poisoned.
But have you ever seen one of them swear? No, I rest my case. You could bring your grandma to Hogwarts, and yes, she might die, but she wouldn't hear anything that would make her blush.
All right. It's heading to the loo.
Now, years ago, when Harry Potter's parents realised they were marked for death, few knew where they were. One who did was Sirius Black.
Did Black lead you-know-who to the Potters that night, but he also killed one of their friends, Peter Pettigrew. A finger. That's all that was left, a finger.
Good Lord. That was a lot of information in a very short amount of time.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
I'm afraid you missed probably one of the most important info dumps we've had so far.
I'd only gone for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's all it took.
Well, what did it explain?
Just how Sirius betrayed the Potters to Voldemort and killed Peter Pettigrew.
Who's Peter Pettigrew?
Oh, yeah, it explained that too.
And how all that was left was a finger.
And why this all means he's come back to kill Harry is unfinished business.
They explained all that in 30 seconds.
When we explain backstory, we do it fast and densely.
That's not the worst of it.
No.
What could be worse?
Sirius Black was, and remains to this day, Harry Potter's godfather.
I think the worst of it was probably when he destroyed a guy and only left behind his finger.
You're taking it very well that your best friend betrayed you to the Dark Lord.
Oh, it's classic bands, to be honest. We're always trying to come up with the next best prank. I give him a Chinese burn, he gives me a noogie. I give him a noogie, he twists my nipples. I wouldn't have expected him to escalate so quickly from nipple twisting to betray me to the Dark Lord and getting me killed. But if I'd have thought of it, I would have done it to him.
But I guess he was smart in not getting married to Lily and having a child that had a murderous prophecy about it.
Not getting married to Lily is not smart. But I guess it was my downfall in the end.
A memory. Not just any memory, a very happy memory, a very powerful.
What was yours, Gandalf?
Oh, just nights smoking weed with the boys.
Party on.
Nazgul, get behind me, all of you!
Dementor. Come on, we've been through this.
Sorry. Keep forgetting.
Oh, I guess the Boggart does take on the strengths of the thing it impersonates then. Means that snake could have absolutely eaten that entire class of children earlier.
As a matter of interest, what were you thinking?
The first time I rode a broom.
Well, that's not good enough, not nearly good enough.
Might have been an idea to check whether he was using a totally dog memory before setting the Boggart on him. But what do I know? I'm just the supply teacher.
It's not happy, exactly. Well, it is. It's the happiest I've ever felt.
It was in primary school, when I accidentally kicked Dudley in the nuts in PE.
Oh, that would have been a strong one. A strong one indeed.
Expecto Patronum!
This is very advanced magic, way beyond ordinary wizarding level, by which I mean you will master this literally on your second try.
I guess I'm just a bit of a natural.
I think you would have given your father a run for his money.
Bullshit? No, I'm sorry, turn the film off. If they're going to spread lies like that, you've got to turn it off.
I haven't lost anything. Your cat killed him.
I know the Weasleys don't have much money, but surely it's better to have no pet or familiar than to have your child constantly running around with a rat.
I assume they got the rat medically checked up top.
Always trailing after Sirius Black?
Black was vicious. He didn't kill.
No invisibility cloak. I thought being out of bed after hours was a serious offence in the first couple of movies.
Yeah, but by now I realise that it doesn't really matter what I do. I never really get in any proper trouble. In fact, if I do things I shouldn't do, I usually get rewarded for it. In fact, I'd say I'm actively incentivized to keep pushing the envelope.
He is the son of his father.
Does Pettigrew also have an invisibility cloak? He's still alive, isn't he?
No, there's only one in existence. It's one of the 3 Deathly Hallows.
What are the Deathly Hallows?
Oh, forget I mentioned it. For 10 hours or so.
My dad didn't strut.
You're wrong there, actually, kiddo. I did strut. I was famed for my strutting.
How can we ever forget?
If you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you could lower your wand.
I was using it to provide a light source, having, caught you red-handed, brazenly strutting out of bed.
Yeah, that tone was a bit out of order, considering it's a teacher having caught me brazenly out of bed. Yeah, I can hear it now. On playback, yeah.
And request that he keep his abnormally large nose out of other people's business.
Oh, no, you didn't. Harry, you are an ice-cold killer, bro.
This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Professor, but you were being a bit nosy.
Hard not to be nosy with that big old schnoz.
It's heartbreaking to see you throw away your potential and allow yourself to slide after your father into delinquency, Potter.
Sorry, mate. Can't hear you because everything you say is muffled by that massive schniffle house.
Out for a little walk in the moonlight.
Moonlight. One of these insulting authors was called Mooney. How serendipitous.
Tonight, he who betrayed his friends was Hogwarts with murder.
Did you know that she did these weird prophecies like a possessed zombie when you hired her from the Amdram Society?
Oh, yes. It was what first drew me to her. It's her party trick. She tried to sneak it into every panto, but it used to frighten the kids.
First night in at Hogwarts, huh?
Exactly.
Shall be spilt, and servant and master shall be reunited once more.
I believe someone referenced that I may be returning tonight. Fear not, I've brought chips and dips.
Voldemort, how did you get those chips? And also dips?
Never mind that. Why have I not been shown in this movie? That's my question.
Well, we sort of assumed you wouldn't be interested in this one.
Nonsense. After 2 years of grand machinations to try and return my corporeal form, I was hardly going to just disappear for a year, was I? This was the year my servant finally restored me to life.
No, we're watching Azkaban. Harry's 3rd year.
What? His 3rd year? What the hell was I doing in his 3rd year? First, I attached myself to that guy's head. Then I tried to turn myself into a book.
Yeah? No, we've done those ones.
The heck did I do after that? An entire year of my life is completely blank. Oh, this is horrible.
Yes. Deeply satisfying.
I do try to maintain indifference in the face of the students' petty infighting, but even I can accept that was better.
I cannot believe Hermione's became a badass before Harry did.
What do you mean?
You've had 3 years to punch that guy in the face, and the first person to do it is a girl. Come on, son. You're letting these nerds walk all over you.
Personally, I think it's a gross miscarriage of justice. All he was trying to do was catch a glimpse of the beauty of death.
You know, you and your acolytes are creepy, right, Volans? I mean, we got a Dark Lord where I come from, but even he knows to draw the line at encouraging children to watch murder.
I think it's good for them to develop a hobby, and death voyeurism is a fine hobby.
Scabbers! You're alive!
And yet again with this where's Scabbers subplot. I'm telling you, Dumbledore, when this eventually pays off, you'll owe me a... Ah!
Ow!
What the...
Spoilers.
I'm with you in a moment.
It'll be fine. It'll be
I'd talk at a moderately loud volume if I were you. That's a real smart thing to do when your friend is trying to keep your presence a secret from some people on the other side of a thin wooden door.
What can I do to please you, Dad? Because at the moment, it sure seems like nothing.
Are you getting mouthy with me, boy?
I'm your son, and you abandoned me. I'm your son!
Don't worry, James. Maybe he'll get better at acting when he's older.
We can only hope.
So we're about 1 month into the school year at this point, are we?
Pretty sure the year's almost over, isn't it? We're heading into the final act, aren't we?
Well, pumpkins are ready for harvest in early autumn, so this is looking like October to me. November at a push.
Huh. You're right. Weird. Maybe this did happen in November.
Which rather begs the question, what did we do for the rest of this school year?
I suppose we must have just got on with teaching them magic or something. We never normally do that.
You see, this is what happens when I take a year off. It throws the rhythm of the year into total chaos.
I thought I just saw... Never mind.
Wait a minute. Dumbledore, are you and Hermione up to something this year?
Don't know what you're talking about.
You've been behaving very weirdly all through the film. And if I've been paying attention, I think she knows something about it too.
You really shouldn't be dating the students, Albus. It's not cool.
Jesus Christ, James, what the fuck?
Oh, wait. Maybe I've got the wrong end of the stick here.
Yes.
You have.
I didn't mean that. I meant some sort of time travel plot or something.
Sorry, I thought you were getting at something else.
I'll tolerate as many jokes about me being a negligent headmaster as you like, but I draw the line at dating the students. Now.
It does warrant saying that if you secretly plot with a student to help them be in two places at once while avoiding detection, people will talk.
That's why you don't keep rats as pets. Little thing called the plague.
Harry, Hermione, run! It's the Grim!
Good Lord. I've forgotten there was an evil dog in this. How does the evil dog fit into things exactly?
Maybe if you're patient, you'll find out.
Feels like that's been the guiding principle for this entire year. Is it one of yours, Tom?
Big evil dog? No, heavens no. I would never debase myself by enacting my plans through anything so unimaginative as a big evil dog. You're talking to a man who attached himself to the back of a bald man's head, then came back as a living book.
Suppose Big Dog is a bit of a step down.
Oh, just a bit.
Move!
Any one of those hits should be lethal.
Should, but wasn't. Yikes. What the heck just happened?
Janky as hell.
Very durable cotton.
They just happened to fall directly into the hole, regardless of all the variables of moving branches, angle, direction, velocity, wind resistance.
Some of us are very good at aiming. All those years of Quidditch weren't for nothing, you know.
Oh, I thought they were largely for light relief, while everyone was waiting to get to the good stuff.
Well, you thought wrong.
That's my boy, Harry.
Dad, you praised me.
Harry, when are you going to realise if you have an emotionally stunted and repressed father who struggles to show you praise, all you need to do is demonstrate some sort of physical prowess in a competitive environment? It really is that simple.
And what do people have to do if they want praise from you?
They can dream on.
Okay, so the dog is Sirius Black. Got it. Now, you've been saying this the whole time, that maybe Sirius is actually a good guy.
Yeah. It was all a bit unfortunate how things went this year. Could have all been cleared up with a proper sit-down and a chat.
Well, if this fellow's smart, he'll know this is a perfect opportunity to clear up any misunderstandings. Kick things off with a clear and friendly statement of intent that couldn't possibly be misconstrued as further evidence of him being a maniacal serial killer.
Only one would die tonight. Then it'll be you!
Or not. He does seem to have a bit of an image problem, doesn't he?
I did try to hook him up with a good publicist once to help him improve his public persona, but he said PR wasn't cool.
I hope the thought of how cool he was kept his spirits up during his years being tortured in prison.
Finally, the flesh reflects the madness.
Ah, Lupin's here. He'll put an end to the confusion once and for all. He's a wise and rational person, and he won't behave in ways that read as cryptically malevolent without revealing his true intentions for no apparent reason. Oh, or not.
I understand.
Let's kill him. Was a bit surprised that they were openly whispering about murdering me in plain sight. Feels like if they were going to do that, they would have just done it, you know?
Peter Pettigrew. And he's in this room.
Oh. He's the rat.
Shh.
Come out and play!
How many people are going to run through that door and Expelliarmus people?
I wish I'd known to add to the gag, to be honest. So fun.
Why don't you run along and play with your chemistry set?
Why don't you run along and play with your Bunsen burners? Nerd.
Even after all these years, I'm still forced to face the indignity of you and your friends' cruel jibes.
Right. That's the level of bullying we're talking about. Run along and play with your chemistry set.
They're implying I'm a nerd, Gandalf.
Quite polite. On the scale of bullying.
Well, you perhaps have a thicker skin than I. But I personally find being told to run along and play with my chemistry set very hurtful.
And you smell of ass?
See, they're horrible. Horrible person.
Expelliarmus!
Wow. You really got good at that.
That was my best one yet. Every other one I did never did anything like that. I must have really wanted to disarm him.
Oh, way to kick a guy when he's down.
I'm sorry, sir. I just really needed to know the truth about Peter Pettigrew.
I don't need to know your reasons. If my son is dunking on Severpuss, then I'm happy.
Harry, what did you just do?
You attacked a teacher.
Yeah. You never said you openly attacked a teacher.
Yeah, I mean, it was for good reason.
A month of detentions in the not-so-forbidden forest, you saved yourself with your dishonesty. Well done.
And then he transformed into a rat.
Show me.
Exposition is always best delivered while shouting maniacally, I find.
Keeps it interesting, I suppose.
Especially when there's this much of it.
Ah, my most loyal servant. It's good to see him again.
It was Stinky Pettigrew.
Yes, he was the easiest to seduce.
Don't say seduce, Volds. That's
lame. I thought it was serious. Playing the ultimate prank.
It doesn't count as the ultimate prank coming from Pettigrew.
He was always crazy needy.
But I thought I had boosted my street cred considerably by winning one of the legendary marauders over to my side. I thought I had ensnared one of the cool kids.
Remus? Serious?
You thought that was one of the cool kids?
I can see now that I might have made a slight error of judgment there.
We were the best of friends. How dare you speak to Harry? How dare you talk about...
Oh, so now he's acting very clearly in Harry's interests all of a sudden.
Everybody knows. While your motivations remain unclear to anyone outside your closest circle, your behavior is erratic and dangerous. And once you've explained your intentions, then you behave in a thoughtful, clear way.
Pretty sure that doesn't match up with any psychological models we have for anything, really.
Quiet. You're spoiling it.
Should have realised, Peter, that if Voldemort didn't kill you, then we would.
All right. That's my dick, boys. Looking out for each other and doing my good work.
I still really think you ought to rethink the name of your gang.
Why don't you run along and play with your volumetric flask?
So cruel.
I'm not a flask to be played with.
Volumetric, not voldometric.
I'm a sandwich.
No! Know what he is. But we'll take him to the castle.
Harry, I know it's not normally in my nature to extend civilities to you, but I must thank you for that act of mercy.
Mercy is one of my key virtues. I couldn't stand by and watch my dad's old friends given to vengeance and cruelty. It was important that I did it for the people.
You realized that by sparing Pettigrew, you enabled my return to physical form and hastened the deaths of numerous innocents.
Oh. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Well, as I say, I'm just tremendously grateful.
You're welcome.
After that, the Dementors can have you.
Oh, look at that. Let him go. Let him go.
He's learnt his lesson.
I have a very sweet disposition as a dog.
Sounds like every dog owner His dog has just bitten someone.
It's really painful.
So painful. They might chop it.
They're talking about his dick.
I'll never forget the first time I walked through those doors. It'll be nice to do it again as a free man.
How's he expecting to become a free man? He's escaped from a maximum security prison, and all he has in his defense is the testimony of a child who just attacked and incapacitated a teacher.
I suppose he's got Lupin, too. Lupin can testify in his defense.
Well, couldn't Lupin have done that at any point in the last 12 years? I'm just saying. At the very least, he has a very lengthy legal battle on his hands before he can actually clear his name. I think he's been pretty presumptuous here.
Well, I just didn't think my dad would have wanted his two best friends to become killers.
Wrong! I'd have of that. That would have been so cool.
James and Lily made me your godfather.
I know. What? Come and live with you?
I mean, sure. My current official residence is a prison, and I have absolutely no idea how I intend to pay my means in future, let alone provide for a dependent. But why not make this hollow offer to an emotionally vulnerable child?
Remarkable how open to the idea Harry is. Spent most of this year wanting to kill him.
2 months maximum. Don't forget the pumpkins.
That's just a thought I can understand if you don't want.
I mean, I think the power dynamic will shift this summer. Now that they know he can turn any of them into a weather balloon at will, they can all live in the cupboard under the stairs. We've all seen this before, haven't we, lads? I remember once a month Lily would turn into a raving, loony monster. It was impossible to reason with as well. Am I right?
No.
Come on, guys, it was a joke. You not get it?
Dad?
Yes, son?
You're a dick.
At least I've got one.
What?
Had more than enough time to kill him then if you'd wanted to.
As I explained, Dad, mercy is a quality that I just cannot do without.
Yeah, whatever, you're a wuss. And you only know one spell, we get it.
The best I could have done was Expelliarmus's wand and hope that it flew pointy end first into his hair and through his brain.
There you are, Potter.
Excellent pedagogical instincts kicking in there, Severus. I applaud you. What did you plan to do next after stepping in to protect them?
Just stand there and watch until something happens.
Yeah, sounds about right.
As I said right at the start with Aunt Marge, it's the principal method anyone uses to deal with events in this movie.
That's more than I deserve, after using my furious Expelliarmus spell to knock you out.
Well, I can see why you did. See? It's catching on.
A classic case of sequelitis. More doesn't always equal better, you know. I personally thought the ring wraiths were scariest when there were just 9 of them. And as for being able to make them fly without their fell beasts, wow, it's just like the Daleks all over again.
They're not ring wraiths, Gandalf. We've discussed this.
Oh yeah, sorry. Keep forgetting.
What memory are you using there, Harry? That time you got a snow day in primary school.
It's not like I've had that happy a life.
It is truly a fate horrible to behold, to have one's soul sucked on with such ferocity.
There are actually some rather seedy establishments in Hogsmeade where retired Dementors will do that to you for an eye-watering fee.
It's disgusting. Why would anyone want to pay for that?
Oh, don't tell me you've never got curious about having your soul sucked off.
Well, I'd certainly be curious about it.
Yeah, I've been to those places. They're great.
Ugh, Dad. Come on.
Okay. Looks like the little dweeb can't defend himself, so Pops had better get him out of a jam. Stand aside, losers. Here comes Prongs to sort everything out, as per usual.
What do you mean? As per usual, you've had precisely 0 involvement in any of this up until now.
Some of us are just trying to enjoy a nice, chilled afterlife, you know. But no. Looks like none of you lot are capable enough to clean up your own messes.
Dad, I actually was...
Quiet, son. Trying to watch my moment of glory. was mad. Now, no need to thank me. All in a day's work for this gangster.
I saw my dad.
Oh my goodness. You dead?
Oh.
Why does he swear he saw his dad? If he sees his dad, he must be dead, eh?
Stag Patronus. That is a prongs.
No, it's worse. Much worse. They're going to suck out his soul.
Jealous.
Is meaningless to those who've forgotten how to listen.
Your thoughtlessness for the feelings of others strikes once again.
Who says I'm being thoughtless? I knew exactly what I was doing. I just thought it'd be funny to hurt Ron.
Funniest you've ever been, to be fair.
If you succeed tonight, more than one innocent life may be spared.
You don't want to go with them to help them or ensure the success of this supposedly vital mission?
No. For the first 5 years of school, I'm strictly a mission giver. I never become a companion until year 6. Possibly breaking the space-time continuum is far too low stakes for me.
I knew it. You've given Hermione the power of time travel. There's irresponsible, and then there's this.
Gandalf, in my defense...
Yeah,
in my defense, we never would have found all the Horcruxes.
Horcruxes? What's a Horcrux?
Whoops, ignore that. See, after what happened at the Triwizard Tournament...
The Triwizard what?
You're just going to have to trust my judgment on this one, Gandalf. It's kind of like what happened to you at Khazad-dûm.
What happens to me in Khazad-dûm?
Whoops.
What was all that about?
Spoilers.
Who's that guy?
Oh, the guy in the bandages. Oh, it's just another of our badly injured students.
Covered head to toe in bandages. Like a mummy.
We do get more injuries than most schools.
7:30. Where were we at 7:30?
I know, going ahead.
That was supposed to be 7:30. That looked more like 5-ish to me. To still be as light as that at 7:30. I mean, it would need to be mid-June.
Oh, I guess maybe it is this summer after all then. And this whole thing did take a whole year.
Pumpkins as big and ripe as that in the middle of the summer term. I refuse to believe it.
This is your problem, Tom. You're always drawn to dark magic, thinking it was the only path to power. And you had no idea that light magic could hold all the secrets you needed.
All I wanted was to win the local veg-growing competition. You're telling me I didn't need to start a fascist uprising in order to do that? Well, that and immortality.
I believe Hagrid's secret is simply that he plants them early.
Oh, gosh darn it. That's brilliant. My life has been wasted.
Ah. Absolutely pegged it. Look at them run. They're pretty much gliding. Are they Dementors?
It's not worth it. This is not normal.
What's normal in the context of a magic wizard school? Exactly.
I don't know. Just like inflating your aunt and making her float away. Or an invisible bus that can squeeze itself to go all fun.
But time travel?
No, we're not having that. Absolutely bonkers.
This is how I've been getting to my lessons all year.
I'm curious to learn that the response to a student wanting to take extra classes isn't to assign them additional reading or send them to after-school classes, but to give them power over the fabric of time itself.
After-school classes? Sure. Oh, and I suppose you'd have me pay the teachers overtime as well, would you? Giving the students power over the fabric of time looks good on the budget sheet. That's all I know.
The ability to travel through time is immense, though. Presumably this power is a closely guarded secret, but one you'll be using frequently in the fight against Voldemort. Going forwards, you could avert major catastrophes. Deaths, even.
Yes, but if you keep watching, it turns out this isn't the kind of time travel where you can go back and change things. It's the kind where you're always going to travel back in time in the first place. So things have to happen in the way they do because they're always going to happen that way. To change anything, you kind of need to have planned in advance to go back and change it.
But did you ever even try to use the time turner again in a similar way to avert any deaths other than the death of this hippogriff?
Nah, that never really occurred to me.
Why am I not surprised?
Such magnificent pumpkins. And you simply plant them early, you say.
That's all there is to it.
I feel such a fool.
You don't expect me to just sit here.
Yes, and you must.
Are you the thickest person on the planet, Potter?
Might well be.
Awful things happen to wizards who meddle with time, Harry.
You see Neville Longbottom?
I have, yes.
He's very much the Hodor of our world.
I thought his slowness was because he was forced to have the wrong wand. His grandmother forced him to use his father's wand when it wasn't right for him.
Ah, I see.
Yes. It's almost clever, isn't it?
Ow!
Knocking the last brain cells out of him.
Minister, I really think I should sign as well.
So, let me get this straight. At this point, you're acting as though Harry and Hermione are freeing Buckbeak outside because in the future you plan to tell them to travel back in time to free Buckbeak.
That's right. You have to act in accordance with your future wishes for the time travel stuff to work.
Why didn't you just tell them to rescue him in the present?
That's the questions about Time Turner's air horn.
Ah!
And from now on, every time anyone asks about Time Turners, it goes off.
I just don't understand why.
Okay.
Moment ago. How extraordinary. Buckbeak.
Buckbeak, you naughty hippogriff. You get back here right now and go through with your execution, or there'll be no dinner.
Oh, ripe too! In June, no less.
And Snape's coming.
Along with 20 other Expelliarmus at the ready people.
Only a really powerful wizard could have conjured it.
It was my dad.
Oh. Harry. You know, you actually made your old man feel a bit emotional there.
Well, I realised later on,
After all the years of grief and regret, I've been betrayed, losing my Lily, losing my little boy, losing my one shot to make something of this life. It means the world to hear my boy finally recognise me and my talents.
Sure, Dad. Sure.
Do you want to thank your old man for saving you with the Patronus?
Well, I think that if you just give it up.
Thank me.
Thank you, Dad.
For
saving me with the Patronus.
That's okay, son. I mean, what are dads for, after all?
Someplace you can see the sky. I think he'll like that after all those years in Azkaban.
You literally met this guy about 2 hours ago.
Yeah, but I got a strong vibe of what he likes and what he doesn't like.
No, you didn't. You spent the first 20 minutes with absolutely no idea who he was and thinking he was a homicidal maniac.
Yes, because he was acting like one.
And all of a sudden he's your closest blood. And you know exactly where he'd like to live. Is that it?
Well, excuse me, but I don't think it's too big a stretch to assume that someone who's been in prison for 12 years would like to be able to see the sky.
He might have been able to see the sky from his cell, for all you know.
Well, that's not all I've intuited about him. I'm a good judge of character, and I bet he also really likes Bob Dylan and Toad in the Hole. And we're going to spend all our days looking at the sky and eating Toad in the Hole and listening to Bob Dylan. You'll see.
Sounds like a nice life, to be fair.
Saving your life.
If Harry dies in this version of himself, he's fine. He can just keep on living in the original timeline.
No. He's curtains. All timelines.
I know this. Gonna go one way, think you're safe, then the werewolf scares you the other way. So, werewolf beats big black dog, but falcon horse beats werewolf.
But big black dog beats hippogriff when de-animaled into a wizard.
So scary.
Oh, Professor Lupin's having a really tough night.
Good one, Harry.
Thanks. I felt the atmosphere had become quite tense and scary, and could do with being lifted with a light-hearted quip.
Yeah, I was taking the piss.
Oh.
This is horrible.
Don't worry. My dad will come.
Oh, we're watching this bit again, are we? All the living people are so useless that we have to watch 2 separate scenes of me coming to save their asses. Okay, well, stand back, everyone.
Harry!
Expecto Patronum!
What?
Well done, Harry. Well done.
Though it pains me to say it. Well played, Potter.
I never doubted you for a second, my boy.
Thanks, everyone. I guess I just needed to believe in myself.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright.
James.
Fine. Fine. You did me proud, son. That was even better than I could have done.
Thanks, Dad. That means a lot.
Now, if you could just try and get some
Oh, for goodness sake.
You were right, Hermione. It wasn't my dad I saw earlier. It was me.
You were doing so well.
Captain Obvious returns to say the thing we'd all already figured out, having thought about it for the amount of time it takes to get on a hippogriff and start flying.
Such an embarrassment. My mortal enemy to be quite so thick.
So Harry has now broken the space-time continuum by showing himself.
No.
Why? How?
I saw myself conjuring the Patronus before. I knew I could do it this time because, well, I'd already done it. Does that make sense?
No!
Hit the nail right on the head, Hermione.
And that's why we love it. None of this makes sense. Wow, that explains the photo. He's a man who clearly feels very big emotions and really can't contain them, even when he's trying not to tip off the authorities.
Right.
I want to go with you. One day, perhaps. For some time, my life will be too unpredictable.
Well, that might be the first time in the entire film that somebody has said something irrational.
But you look so like your father.
bullshit. I have a strong jaw and sharp Roman features. This guy looks like a spoon or something.
Dad, I'm right here. Looking like a spoon.
I've got no problem saying it to your face, son. You look like a spoon. But you do have your mother's beady little eyes.
We have to go.
What is that mysterious ticking noise?
Well?
He's free. We did it.
Did what?
You are a bastard sometimes.
What can I say? I'm a mischief maker.
How did you get there? I was talking to you there.
Why are you on the verge of tears, Weaselby? You grew up in a magical family. You're very familiar with the concept of apparating.
Yes, but that can't be done in the grounds. And it must still be frightening.
I'm just saying, his reaction to appearing in another place seems a bit pathetic.
Honestly, Ron, how can somebody be in 2 places at once?
Oh, and gaslighting to boot.
You've been sacked.
No, I resign.
Oh, hear that, Severus? You could apply for the 15th time.
No, thank you. I know when I'm not wanted.
You're an excellent potions master, Severus. You should stick to what you're best at. I'll probably just give the job to someone who, either directly or indirectly, puts the students' lives in danger instead.
I thought you might.
None of it made any difference. Pettigrew escaped.
Yes, I hear what you're saying. You're saying, where's Voldemort? What was the point of this year if I didn't get to directly defeat one of Voldemort's evil schemes? Well, I've taken your feedback on board, and I'll be sure to come back with an even more diabolical scheme than ever next year.
Really, sir? It'll be easier if we could just have one school year without having to worry about you at all. You're really ruining my school experience.
Well, stop being such a and actually kill me for once, then, why don't you?
None of it made any difference.
You helped uncover the truth. You saved an innocent man from a terrible fate. It made a great deal of difference.
Except, we've already established that the testimony of 3 teenagers wouldn't stand up in court. And the only thing that would actually prove Black's innocence would be the testimony of Pettigrew. So, I mean, really, I'm Team Harry on this one. I think we've just watched 2 hours of nothing.
Thank you, Professor.
It's a firebolt. It's the fastest broom in the world.
Oh. It's pretty cool, actually.
Well, all that remains is the usual wrap-up where Dumbledore explains what we all learned and hands out the unfair house points, and then we can all fuck off. What? That's it? That's the end?
I told you. Slightly different formula for this one.
Yeah, but to just end on an awkward freeze frame like that, isn't that a bit abrupt? I mean, we literally just had a scene where two characters discussed whether or not the events of the film made any difference whatsoever. And then we end on a freeze frame of Harry's face.
I don't know if it was the most successful shake-up to the formula that's ever been attempted. But wasn't it refreshing? Instead of watching the kids gradually foil Voldemort's schemes over the year, we instead saw
them wander around a lot, not knowing what was going on, misunderstand what was actually happening, eventually realizing they misunderstood, then go back in time and watch themselves not know what was going on, then discuss whether or not they'd achieved anything.
Doesn't sound great, put like that.
Weirdly, though, it probably was the best one so far. What happens next year?
Oh, I hatch a dastardly evil plan that unfolds over the course of an academic year.
Classic. Now there's something you can really hang your hat on. Subscribe for more of this.
Hey, cameraman here. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. There's an extended version for patrons and YouTube members, which includes some of James's jokes that weren't okay for primetime YouTube. Goblet of Fire will be here sometime soon. See ya. Oh, so Horcruxy.